Hello, hope all of you are doing well. We are almost at Diwali, the Festival of Lights, which is a really big festival for us Indians. And we have also been talking about Dhanteras. I can see a lot of ads urging us to invest in gold, invest in mutual funds, and any kind of investments. So I did some kind of an investment for Dhanteras for my daughter. And no, I did not invest in gold for her. I did not invest in any funds. I chose to invest in her health. So I'm just going to share about that with you. Last year, when we were preparing to send her off to college, I had her take a master health checkup, and then the gynecologist suggested that she be given a vaccine called the HPV vaccine. It's the human papilloma virus vaccine, and it prevents against around 9 types of HPV infections that can occur to anyone, literally anyone, whether it's male or female. And why the gynecologist explained to me that it's very important for girls to get it before the age of when they start becoming sexually active. So that's why it's given preferred to be given at a younger age. And I found it quite reasonable and quite it made a lot of sense for me as a mother, because of course I want my child to be well protected against something from which she can be protected. And I did my own research, and then I was convinced that this is an important vaccine to give. So I went ahead, and this vaccine that I'm not going to share the name of the brand I chose, because it's really the gynecologist who can recommend which brand of HPV vaccine, if you want to go for it, will be perfect for you or your child. So I don't want to share the name of the brand, but it was around 9,100 per dose. The first dose was given in March this year. After that, the second dose was given in 2 months, and there was also a third dose. She recommended 3 doses, and the third dose was given after 6 months. So within a year, these 3 doses have been completed, and the efficacy is supposed to be lifelong. This does not mean that the child will not get any kind of HPV infection, but she will be protected from the most commonly occurring types of HPV infection. So majorly the risk will be avoided. And what is so important? Why do we have to prevent HPV infection? HPV infection by itself is not very dangerous. Many of us do clear out the HPV infection on our own. Almost 50 to 60% of us are susceptible to be infected by the HPV at some point in our life. Since it doesn't cause any alarming or very obvious symptoms, even the person who is carrying the virus might not know they are infected, and they may pass it on also without knowing they are infected. So as per the infection itself, there is not much of a big risk or something to be alarmed. It is quite common. But the point where it starts becoming a little concerning is that HPV can be the first infection, and for some people it does not clear out on its own. And please note, there is no way anybody can estimate for whom it will clear out on its own, for whom it will not clear out on its own. For those people for whom it does not clear out on its own, there is a very, very high probability that infection of HPV can develop into cervical cancer or neck cancer or head cancer. Most commonly, it causes cervical cancer. So it is 2 levels. Cervical cancer is mostly caused by an infection which develops which is untreated, undiagnosed, which later develops into cancer. And cervical cancer is the third most common gynecological cancers that kill women all over the world. So if we have a method, if we have a means to protect ourselves and our kids from it, why not? So this was what convinced me. And already we have a lot of uncertainty, and yes, if it happens, we'll have to deal with it. I was also aware in my research that she will have to continue screening. She will have to take pap smears like every other woman. That has to continue. Doesn't mean she's got 100% protection, but it made sense that I have done my best as a mom, and I have made an investment of around 30,000 for a good reason towards her health. So it made sense to me, and I'm just sharing it because maybe some of you think like me, and you might want to check this up with your doctor the next time you visit your hospital. And maybe some of you have daughters, and you might want to explore this. Whether you go for it or don't go for it is completely your choice, but I would suggest at least explore that there is an option like this, and do talk about this to your doctor. That's it from me, and happy Diwali. Bye bye.